I did not intend. I did not intend. I did not intend on having to go live or anything of this sort. It's Tuesday for me. I don't have an inkling of this being on my plans, but I wanted to ensure that the video actually made it on YouTube instead of me pre-recording it and then having that little glitchy sound that keeps happening when I use YouTube's little recorder. Nonetheless, the whole reason I am doing this, the whole reason I'm on here, and it's not going to be very long, it's just a straight to the point live, is to just kind of clarify a little bit of what's going on for a lot of your favorite YouTubers. So, one of you just mentioned, "Whoa, this is sudden." Yeah, it is sudden. I don't usually hop on lives without announcing it unless it's Instagram. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk to you about, what I want to talk to you about today is what you're seeing on social media with some of your favorite K-pop YouTubers having their content hit with strikes or their whole channel being hit with strikes or taken down. So, just want to give you a few little things here and there about that and help you to understand both from a actual factual side and then from a opinionated side. Okay. So within the past 72 hours, give or take, you have probably seen some of your favorite YouTubers either put on Twitter, their Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, or wherever you may interact with them, that their channel has been hit with a copyright claim, a copyright strike, which in turn means that videos as old as 2, maybe 3 years ago are being taken down involuntarily off their channels by CJE and M. So stay with me, y'all. I'm gonna give you a little bit of some tidbit. This is not like sassy McSassy tea or anything. I'm just just wanting to keep you informed as consumers of K-pop and entertainers. I'm sorry, not entertainers. Those who are entertained by us who are online. So, a copyright claim and things of that sort, you will interchangeably hear referenced a lot by YouTubers. So I want to give you the actual factual on what the difference is between copyright takedowns and content ID claims. This is not me pulling from random bits of wisdom and knowledge that I've earned over time. This is straight up from the YouTube channel, the YouTube help area actually. So all you got to do is Google this and you'll be able to find it on your own. So the difference between copyright takedowns and content ID claims. Owners can manage their copyright interests on YouTube either by issuing a takedown or if they have access to the content ID tool by claiming a video and setting a policy to track it by collecting stats, monetize it by placing ads and collecting ad revenue, or block it by making it unavailable in some territories. I'm going to edit that and say some or all territories because you can have a video blocked worldwide. So in layman's terms, what this means, especially the part about statistics and monetization, let's be real for 1 second. K-pop would not have the reach it does on the Western Hemisphere if it was not for YouTube and the amount of YouTube content creators who made MV reactions about it in the late 20,000s up to the mid 2010s. So let's say you were a fan of K-pop in 2008 and 2009 and whatnot. Around that window of time when K-Spazzing, JRE, and KML, when she was still actively on the channel, To Minjin Jung Ki, and a host of others, Michael Smith Grant, all of them, when they were making content early on in the late 2000s, and I said 20,000s, y'all gotta excuse me, I wasn't on here to be very, very factual with my opinion, just factual with the facts. So, the late 2000s and mid 2010s and whatnot, They were the first ones. Not the only, but they were the first ones. And we can't forget Freshly Flipped. Patrick was a part of that too, and he's long time been retired from all of this. Nonetheless, it would not have the reach that it has. Yes, I am black girl stereotypically clapping on y'all. It would not have the reach that it has if it wasn't for them. If it wasn't for people who were willing to come off of chat rooms and discussion boards and actually hop on YouTube and be like, let me see if there's other people out here who have the same interests that I do in this music. I like anime. I like J-rock and J-pop. There's got to be someone else who likes this too. And then they took the time, made these videos, put them on YouTube, and blouse, space, splickety splee, other YouTube MV reactors like me and others started making this content. And from those developments, 2012 was the first year KCON was invented. And it went from a little itty bitty spot out in the desert to downtown LA taking over the convention center, to expanding to New York, to expanding to Japan, to expanding to Paris, albeit it was just one time. Movements happen when you make content that impacts an industry. And CJE&M is not dumb about that. But let's get into what a copyright takedown is, and then I can go back to what that means. Copyright takedowns. Copyright law requires sites like YouTube to process takedown requests and describes the process we must follow. A copyright takedown requires the owner to submit a formal notice to us with all the legal requirements filled out. You'll know if your video was removed as a result of a copyright takedown notice if, in your copyright notices, you see the phrase video taken down, copyright strike next to your video. If your video was removed through a copyright takedown notice, a copyright strike has been applied to your account, and you'll need to complete copyright school to regain access to your channel. It's not a simple process. I had my channel struck in 2015, and I was unable to make certain content for 6 months before YouTube was like, okay, she's following directions now. Some channels have 2, 3, 5 content copyright takedowns, and when you have 5 of them, they do take your channel down within a week. Yes, the school thing is ultimately just seeing if you can follow the directions online of what they explain to you about redeeming the integrity of your channel, basically. Now that I've given you the facts, oh yeah, and I said copyright notices, where you'll be able to notice that. If you are a YouTube content creator, we have an area in YouTube called Creator Studio. And Creator Studio has an area where you can look at all the copyright claims and the flat out strikes that you've ever had in the history of your channel. So even if you made something 5 years ago, if the copyright owner decides, I want to do something about that and get some money off of it, they do have the legal right to go back. We are fully aware that we are using content that is not originally ours, but it is enhancing content that we've originally created. So we do know that that comes with the territory, unfortunately. So CJE&M. Let me go in a full squiggly. I'm sorry, it won't be lateral, but just hang with me. Most of you know CJE&M, or that's short for CJ Entertainment and Media. You know them as the KCON people if you live in North and South America. So you know that as the KCON people. CJE&M is a part of CJ Group, which is a huge conglomerate. CJE&M is a subsidiary, which is just business jargon for you got the big mama right here, and then she got all her little babies. The big mama is CJ Group. That is the corporation. And then the little companies under it are the little companies that are allowed to make money on behalf of Big Mama. So CJ Group owns CJE&M. CJE&M owns CJ Media, Mnet, CJ Entertainment, CJ Games, CJ Internet, and the media division of CJ O Shopping. That has nothing to do with us, the O Shopping part, but I'm just giving you all the facts, my McGualas, and viewers who just decided to stop in and possibly troll me. CJE&M also has film. So if you do enjoy looking at YouTube channels that might do drama and film reviews, they likely own it too. So, for those of you who are in K pop and you enjoy it and you think of the big three as being S&M Entertainment, JYP, and YG Entertainment, they ain't been a big three in a long time. They're the most widely known, but they are not the end all be all of the big three. CJE&M is the big one, the two, the three, the four, and the five, ladies and gentlemen, in them's. It owns a lot of stuff, quite a bit of stuff. It has its hand in digital distribution of TV dramas, music, and everything in between. So ultimately, somehow, some way, you're going to interact with content that they flat out own. And what we're finding out with these people talking about their channels are being struck, such as JRE or Lisa from this DIKC, there's someone manually going in and making these filings manually. That means you came to work today and sold roughly 2 hours ago, maybe three, sat your behind down in front of a computer and got to clicking, looking for anything that statistically has a lot of viewership that you feel could impact the integrity of what your label already owns. So you want to misappropriate half the shit that y'all do, and then you want to come in and jack people fiscally as well. Come on, like how damn supercalifragilistically expialidociously petty can you be? I don't even understand. Who has the time? Who has the time there to be able to sit down in front of your computer or computers and do all of this? But y'all can't get shit organized for KCON half the time. We're not talking about that though. We're not talking about that. That's a different division. My bad. My bad. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that we provide the content that stimulated your fiscal projections for your quarters, Korean company. And you know that, and your way of dealing with it, oh, don't bite the hand that feeds your popularity in that case. Um, they would be popular without, the impact of MV reactors because they have their ear to the Western music world. So it was bound to expound in some way, form, or fashion with or without us. But there's no denying that we were a part of the stimuli. We were a part of that. And your way of thanking these content creators is by jacking their channels. These channels, YouTube is an online environment. I get that. And it has its own little ecosystem with its own problems and things of that sort. I am in no denial of the issues we have here. But when it comes to this thing here, you got you got people who live in communities or live in households where their family and friends judge them for liking the content that they like, telling them that they too old for it, or why do you like that ching chong music or things of that sort. These YouTube channels with their subscribers and their fan bases create this healthy ecosystem for you to thrive in the thing that gives you joy. And we become family. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter if I do or don't watch your channel. We out here in the trenches together making this content for millions of viewers. And you want to come in and scratch at that? Y'all pockets not hurting, boo-boo. Y'all pockets are not hurting. Don't take these channels down. Don't strike this content. Some of the people who make the content are a part of multi-channel networks, MCNs. Some of them are a part of multi-channel networks where CJE&M has distribution allowed, if you will, within the multi-channel networks. Multi-channel networks sometimes are established by companies such as CJE&M. In fact, they had one. A lot of you know about DIA or DIA, DIA TV. It's owned by CJE&M, and it used to be a hub for YouTubers who make K-pop content and things of that sort. But they quietly, and I ain't even supposed to be saying this, they can strike my channel if they want to. Quietly, a few months ago, they just decided to just drop all of them and barely converse with any of them, and in favor of making content that ultimately takes care of children. We just recently had here within the last 2, maybe 3 weeks, YouTube Fest that was specifically about the Korean children and the content that they make here. So you mean to tell me you went and pulled all these people, you promoted that you would give them a moment to come to Korea and make some content and whatnot, and then if they don't uphold their end of the contractual bargain, you just wipe your hands of them? Petty asses. Petty AF. But I mean, there's ways to deal with this in a very professional and substantial way. Some content creators are taking a break from creating content. Some, unfortunately, are losing their channels, which is heartbreaking. It really is. You work so hard to build these followings, this foundation, and then somebody come in and just rip it. And then some, like myself, who had already stopped making the particular content for a while, I will not be leaving YouTube. You're not going to push me out or off. I do what I want. However, comma, I do want to protect my content. So the retired Multifaceted ACG Reacts playlist, which has been retired since May 1st of last year, I have it private at this time. It will take me several weeks, probably 2, maybe 3 months, to remove hundreds of videos off of my YouTube channel and port them over to my Facebook page. I'm not getting rid of my content. I absolutely refuse. Some things you have to just concede and lose a little bit of the battle. But you're not going to push me around and think I'm not going to find a way to get through the loopholes. I am not your average, everyday, non looking up business details type of woman. I do own a corporation myself. It ain't as big as theirs. And yes, they've cut checks for me in the past. But the key word here is the past. Presently, I stand on moving my things over to Facebook so that you can still go over there and enjoy it as well. And they'll likely not be monetized there because, I mean, you can't. I used to be on Tumblr, and you can still find some tags with my name associated with it, but I'm not on Tumblr anymore because I don't have direct ownership of how my content is used on there. So if it's not a platform that I can be able to control the way that I want, then I usually don't put my stuff on there anymore. But I'm not going anywhere. I will be on YouTube, and I will continue to modify and revamp my content so that I can avoid getting flagged but still be able to provide what put me on YouTube in the first place. I wanted to just be a vlogger on here and talk about day-to-day life, and I ended up tumbling headfirst into this amazing world that gives me so much. Y'all not gonna take it from me, CJE&M, or whoever else. Come get some if you want. You think you can take my channel down, and they haven't yet, and I'm not exempt from any of this. They can definitely come through my YouTube channel and start snatching content if they want to too, but I ain't going no damn where. Nowhere. My McGualas mean the world to me, and I will do what I have to do to be able to provide content for them. And if it's a matter of just taking a few of my 1,020 videos off of my channel so that my 1.5 whoever subscribers can watch it, then come get some. I ain't scared of y'all. I'm not. But I believe in a well-informed audience. And that's why I wanted to tell you all these things. That's why I wanted to make sure to give you the actual factual before I started running off at my multifaceted mouth, you know. But support your faves, please. If you know that your favorite YouTuber has been impacted by this, then send a tweet, send a message to CJE&M. JRE was kind enough, and I say that with a dripping of sarcasm, to put a quick little 6 or 7 second video on Twitter of what was claimed, who did it, and the email address of who to contact. Email is a powerful thing, ladies and gents and thems. It really is. And when you shake the table hard enough for change, Change does happen. Um, if you can send an email in English, you can get pretty far with that. If you can send it in Korean, that's even better. But I implore you to get yourself educated by doing a little bit of Google searches about what this means for your YouTube content creators. Um, if your favorite YouTubers have Patreons or things of that sort, Patreon does not cost a lot. I understand we all have budgets that we have to live within. If you can spare a buck to your favorite YouTube content creator, if they're on Patreon, usually those of us who are, we have the $1 as the minimum. That $1 might not seem like much to you at all, but it definitely helps us. I've had quite a few of you respond to my Megwalla feedback survey, and the biggest thing you wanted was better video quality content from me. I have a better camera. I don't have better lighting. I can't get that without you all support. Yes, I have a job. Yes, I have to budget appropriately for those things. But you all helping in that regard helps me get there a little bit faster. We are eternally grateful for y'all coming to watch our crap on YouTube. Honest to God, or honest to goodness, for those of you who don't believe. We really are. We do what we do because we love it, and we do what we do because we love y'all. Y'all are an extension of the joy in our life. So please support us. We are grateful for what y'all do for us, and we will continue to entertain you, strikes and everything in between, as long as you allow us. Well, I have to get off this live stream now. I gave y'all 20 minutes of my time. And I got to get off so I can get ready for a call. Because, like I said, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. So I had to reach out to my extensive network out here and see what I could find so that I could share it with you all. I won't just be disappearing. You all will hear more updates about this, even if it's just a quick video or it's in the newsletter. You all will get your Megwalla newsletter any day now via email. If you don't know what that is, go to multifacetedacg.com and click to join the Megwalla e-list. But that's it. Just wanted to give y'all a little information to get you going on your Monday or your Tuesday, depending upon where you are in the world. No, not a diva light because it's going to put little circles in my irises, but I do need a good structural light. But I'm looking. I am looking for things, and I will keep you all posted on that. All right. Bye, y'all.